This video will discuss bill of materials, more specifically how to set them up and what they're used for. Now, a bill of materials group functions very similarly to a task group. A task group is basically a list of tasks that you use later on. So when I'm building a work order, instead of having to add these tasks individually, I can just add a group. It makes it a bit faster. A bill of materials group functions pretty much the same way. Only instead of adding tasks for a work order, I'm going to track parts. So to create a new group, I'll head down to Supplies, and then Bill of Materials Groups. Okay, I'll click New at the top, and I'll call this one CNC BOM. Okay, so now I can start adding parts. Here I've got all the parts in my system, and I can go through and find just the ones I need for my CNC. So I'm going to need sealant, gets populated over here, spacers, and a flange. Okay, if I edit this later on, or if I make a mistake and don't mean to add one of these things, I can just go here, click it, and it moves back, it gets removed from the list. Okay, you'll also notice that items that get added to the list are struck out here. Okay, click OK, and that's it. This tab will also show later which assets you add the group to. For now it's blank because we haven't done that. So I've got my parts list, and I'll click OK. So now what this does is two things. So one, when I go to my asset, I have a CNC punch here. And if I want to start building the parts list for the CNC punch, which is a list of commonly used parts, I can either add them one at a time by clicking the single plus, or I can add an entire group, like the one I just made. So I click the double plus, and I have the two options here, my HVAC spare parts, and then the bill of materials I just made, the CNC. So I add this, and the three parts get populated on the asset. And that's it. We've now made a list that makes it easier to add commonly used parts to your assets.